having looked at creating a shipment by VT01, now let's have a look at how we would automatically create shipments using VT04. So this is the transaction that allows you to create shipments en masse, and it's quite good to use this if you have fixed rules when creating shipments. There are actually two steps when creating shipments en masse. The first is the selection of all of the deliveries that you want to be assigned into shipments. And the second is the grouping of all those deliveries into the relevant shipments based on certain criteria, and also the capacity to when you determine a shipment is full. So if I go to logistics, logistics execution, transportation, transportation planning, create, you can see here VT04, and I'm going to enter that just as a transaction, and now you can see the creation screen here. So here's the transaction VT04. The first thing you can see is the default setting, which allows you to create either outgoing shipments or incoming shipments. Next field is the selection deliveries, and I'm going to create a variant first. If it's the first time, you have to create a variant and then press the maintain button. This screen allows you to select the different deliveries that will be assigned to shipments. So on the top you have the standard way of selecting things, such as you can use the shipping point, you can use the delivery date, you can use document types, routes. So all of these stuff you can use to select all of the deliveries that you want to be assigned from a shipment. For the purposes of the demo, I'm going to put in one single unique delivery that I've created so that you can see how this all works. So I'm going to save it now. Go back. Do you want to save the value? I say yes, and I put in a description here under my variant, and it's good. Oops, go back. So now I've already selected my deliveries. I just wanted to point out to this what we call the chaining effect, the multi-leg. Here you have the option here of selecting leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, and so forth. Now I am not going to show you, I'm not going to do this due to what we've said is the complexity of creating multi-leg shipments, and I wanted to keep this demonstration simple. So I've defined the rules to select the delivery. It's time to now define the rules on how to group those deliveries together to create shipments. So in this grouping criteria, we will have a look at how we do this. So let me first of all create a brand new variant, and then we can create the grouping criteria together. So let me put in SCM1 just to do it. And as you can see here, here are the grouping criteria. You can do by shipping point, ship to party, for example, and you can also then have the capacity below. So let's have a look at how this would work. So as we said before, the first thing VT04 would do is it would select the deliveries. So let's put it step 1. I select my deliveries. And let's say, for example, I've selected the deliveries, and in my selection I have 5. Delivery number 1 until delivery number 5. Here. So let me fill in the blanks. 2, 3, 4, delivery 2, 3, and 4. What we are saying is, with this grouping criteria, we take the deliveries and we group them by these fields here. So for example, if I were to choose route, let's have a look at that. Let's go back to our example, and let's say, for example, delivery 1 and 2 was, let's say, a particular route. So it's now put into shipment number 1. Now delivery 3 and 4 is in another shipment, another route. So it goes into shipment number 2. So it's a totally different shipment. and shipment number delivery number 5 goes into another shipment because of the max weight. So delivery number 3 and 4 has filled up the truck, so delivery number 5 goes into a separate shipment due to limits of the shipment itself. So as you can see, shipment 1 and shipment 2 have been segregated using one of the key fields. For example, what we said is route. So that's how the segregation process works. So you can see here, you can use loading point, ship to party, for example. Finally, at the bottom we have capacity limits. And as I explained before, capacity limit means that you can only start creating a shipment if the limits are within a certain boundary. So you would only create a shipment if, for example, you can see here, if it's above 100 kilograms. And the shipment must be closed or considered full if it's after up to a certain range, let's say 1,000 kilograms. So the system will always create or try to find all the deliveries and say, okay, all of these deliveries together make 900 kilograms. Okay, I can put it in one shipment. If I put another delivery and if it's overweight, I'll create a new shipment for it. So that's how you use the range. As you can notice, there's only 3, which is